All right, this is exciting. This is the first video podcast of the Word of Gaud, so I thought it'd be fun to do a video clip video and tell you 6 things that you should know about the Word of Gaud show. Let's kick it off with number 1. Who's the host? Well, I'm the host. That's me, Tony Gaud. If you haven't seen me before, you don't know who I am. I'm an actor, comedian, filmmaker, producer. As a matter of fact, let's roll a clip. Acting, you may have seen me in commercials like these right here.
Small rocks, big rocks, sharp rocks. I got a boulder by the mailbox. It's black and gray. Boss is coming. Get back to work.
One bleeds orange and blue, the other garnet and gold. Here's your chance to win. Friendly competition, Florida style. Enjoy it.
Do I need to see a doctor first?
At audionhearing.com, you can easily order.
This is a call to all my fellow Americans to stand up, fired up, and will not let up, and always have their neighbor six. At Pure...
Zero is going down. All the way down. Hey, Zero.
Yeah, done a lot of those, a lot of commercial work. Or if you're going to film festivals, you may have seen me in a film like these. Listen, Okay. I'm ready. You coming down here?
What? Why would I come down there?
Hey! Let us out of here!
I've seen you before. Did I know you?
If you have to ask, then it's obvious you didn't know me.
Then who are you?
I'm the man you stepped over every day to get to your fancy rich boy office. Or maybe I'm just the Grim Reaper.
They got nominated for awards. Although I've made some films of my own, like this one.
So is this guy crazy or what?
The professor?
Yeah.
Actually, he's brilliant. Or at least he was. I mean, that's what I'm here to determine. So can you pick me up tomorrow?
Yeah, should be fine. Just, I got a show later tonight.
Okay, that works.
Cool, man. Don't get killed.
All right. Thanks.
It's only temporary.
So you can inject yourself with a temporary force field?
Not exactly. It's more like you're injecting yourself with a negative magnet into the bloodstream. What happens is this formula activates the natural minerals in the body, causing a negative magnetic effect. But the side effect is a combustion-like reaction, and that can burn you up from the inside out. It's very dangerous.
Okay, so can I assume that this other one is the antidote to
Yes,
that?
you can. 45 seconds, less than a minute, that has to be injected into the body, or it can cause permanent damage or death.
Okay,
death.
I feel like I can take your word for it on that. So
45 seconds, less than a minute. Are you ready?
Billy, no, I'm not ready.
Into the forearm.
Billy,
here we go.
It's called a low-budget film. So I've been a journeyman actor, comedian since the late '90s. I've toured all over the United States.
I need a shelter too. That dating thing's tough, man. It gets harder as you get older. Damn. Testify. It's like he is nailing this shit. This guy read my diary. It gets harder, man. The best time is when you're young, you're in college, early 20s, because you don't need that much. You need like a dorm room and a 12-pack. Game on! You get older, you're watching dating shows, lying about yourself online. 6'3", athletic build. You notice how healthy everybody is online? That's like the best gym in the world. Where you work out? Yahoo, man.
I've done a lot of road work, just driving from gig to gig, one-nighters, just driving all over the States. But that takes us to number 2. Do I have any experience in podcasting? I mean, come on. You don't hire somebody without experience. Well, funny you should ask. The name for the show, The Word of Gaud, was actually created 20 years ago on another podcast where I was a regular guest and they were giving me a segment and we were trying to decide the name of the segment. We ended up with The Wrath of God, and I would come on and I'd rant and I'd say ridiculous things. But, I don't feel so wrathy. I'm older now. I don't want to rant so much. I got words. I want to speak words. So we're going to go with the Word of God now. The last podcast project I worked on was a couple years ago, actually coming out of COVID, out of the pandemic. I was a producer and a co-host for Comedians Uncorked, which was Pat Largo's idea. He had actually started doing that on his own. So we just stepped it up and turned it into a podcast. He still has the name live. He produces live comedy shows under the umbrella of Comedians Uncorked. I'll have links in the description for you guys to check some of this other stuff out. But speaking of, here's a clip.
Yes. For a few, came close with one. I got a call back, but I didn't book it. Nice. So that would be my goal. I have to book a I don't have to. I know.
I want to do the same.
Yeah.
Comedians Uncorked.
Hi, this is Bobby Collins, and you're listening to Comedians Uncorked. You'll love it.
And the long story, I'm trying to make it short. A friend of mine was writing comedy films. He was in film school. He's a lot younger than I was. Also playing basketball. So funny how basketball is the conduit to us doing comedy.
Yeah.
Succumb to this drug of comedy.
So you had no plans on doing comedy?
No plans. I had a small business going in New York that was doing pretty well. I had a daughter. I had a woman I was living with, and comedy threw a monkey wrench into two of those three things. So
yeah,
still got that daughter.
Comedians Uncorked.
Started doing Zoom gigs. Man.
I know.
Not fun. Then I got lucky. I got a couple writing gigs through Trevor and his management team to keep me going, to get me work, keep my brain sharp. Cool. So that kind of kept me alive to the end of the year.
A lot of the stories are very much real stories that I've either gone through or I've watched family and friends go through. And the main characters are in as if she is the one with addiction. I don't know why, but I am not an addict. I have so many factors to be.
Yeah. Because you felt comfortable. Now,
I'm back, baby.
Now,
did you miss me? Yeah. So I was also at the time doing a show called Hip Hop 411. TV, which was on the WB, kind of just across the region.
Yeah.
And one of the guys that worked for them also knew the host of the battle for the Source. And when I didn't sign the contract because they wanted to own my masters, I think they...
What is this podcast about? Well, the tone of the show is kind of like my comedy, my stand-up comedy, except a little more conversational and a little more intimate. I'll talk about a couple of stories that are out there that people are aware of and give you my perspective on it, my take. And I'll also be following my journey, continue my journey as an entertainer, as an actor, as I go on to try to achieve a few other goals I've got in mind, and we'll talk about that in the podcast as well. But at the end of the day, I want it to be entertaining, I want it to be fun, and I want it to be actionable at some point. You know, let's have some resolution along with everything else. The show is going to be right here on YouTube. It's going to be exclusively a part of the YouTube channel. It'll be on 2 YouTube channels. It'll be on my personal one at Tony Gaud, TonyGaud, and also at Gaudomatic, Gaudomatic. That's my production company. So it'll be anything I produce, I also put on there so people can check it out or get a sample of. Right now, the audio version you can find at YouTube Music. Number 5. When is the show? It's going to be published once a week on Thursdays. And once the audience grows enough, we'll start going live and add a show. Number 6. How do I keep up with the show? Well, the best way to keep up with the show is to subscribe to the channel, hit the notifications because you'll know when every episode's coming out. Follow us on social media so we'll post when the show's coming out. And that doesn't cost anything to do. You'll never miss a clip. And that's 6 things to know about the Word of God.